Hello, hello, and welcome to Minotaur Hotel. We're still having poolside adventures with everyone. It's pretty cute, not gonna lie. Then, like that ancient diaspora from the plane of Shinar, you go your separate ways.
Mr. Josh, would you like to go dry off?
You look up to your bovine companion, giving him a small nod. Sure, I think I've had enough for now. We could probably... No, excuse me. We can, probably call this project a complete success at this point.
Indeed.
The two of you get out of the pool, finding your towels right where you left them on one of the sun loungers. You step away from one another and begin to dry yourselves off. Asterion picks up his sunglasses from where he sat them down earlier and puts them on once he is done drying his face. At last you finish, fold up your towel and turn to check on the Minotaur's progress.
I apologize. This may take me a while.
Indeed, it appears Asterion's fur will take a little longer and more than one towel to dry. Even the desert wind seems to be helping only so much. No problem, buddy. We have all the time in the world.
We do, yes.
You motion to the poolside chair. With a grateful nod, the Minotaur moves to splay himself out, hoping to drip dry in the sun's bright rays. As you take a seat next to him, Coda Trundles? Trundles? What the fuck is Trundles? Is that just a trot? Trundles. Trundle.
Trundle.
Trundle. What? With reference to a wheeled vehicle or its occupants, move or cause to move slowly and heavily, typically in a noisy or uneven way. Okay. Coda trundles up to the two of you, carrying a cooler.
Hello, Asterion. Mr. Josh, I assume you enjoyed yourselves out there?
It was pretty fun, yeah. Pretty tiring, too.
Well then, may I interest you two in some refreshment?
The dragon sets the cooler down and opens the top to display his wares. Dark bottles of beer chilling in the fresh ice, which fills the container. That sounds amazing right about now. Asterion?
If you wish to partake, then I will join you.
Excellent. 2 beers, my good man. With a servile, half bow and playful smile, the dragon cracks open and hands you a pair of bottles. You pass one to Asterion, and then take a long sip of your own. Themba's here. Yeah, okay. Hurls himself out of the water, making his way to dry off and chat for a while. He glances Asterion's way before requesting a beer of his own.
Thank you, Coda. I have to say, Uncle Asterion, never did I think I would have to have the chance to share a beer with you. I'm glad for the opportunity. So am I.
The Minotaur and Grootslang clink their glasses together. You settle in with your drinks, looking out over the water together. You know, this is pretty nice, just sitting out here with a drink and relaxing, I mean. And with the pool and all, it doesn't feel nearly as miserable.
Yes, I can only hope the guests enjoy it as much as we all have been.
I'm positive they will. Coda lets out a tiny laugh.
You know, it's funny you should say that. I was just thinking how nice it would be to set up a bar out here. What is a nice, relaxing day by the poolside without some refreshments? And while beer is good, a bar would allow us to offer freshly made drinks as well. More convenient than having to run inside to the lounge for them, wouldn't you say?
That's actually not a bad idea. It would certainly give the guests a little extra incentive to come out and enjoy themselves.
Precisely. And, well, in return, Luke has allowed me to fill in for him in the lounge here and there, and I do very much enjoy it. If you'd like, I could lend a hand with the poolside bar too, whenever I have a spare moment.
That sounds good, and I do appreciate the offer, but I couldn't ask you to handle something like that all on your own, on top of your other responsibilities. As a matter of fact, we probably we should probably get some personnel together to run things out here on a more permanent basis anyway. For starters, we'll definitely need at least a lifeguard or two.
As luck would have it, I was conversing with a guest from the Bahamas, who was asking about staff openings just this morning. He's a web designer, and has worked a few summer jobs as a lifeguard before.
It's definitely a start. Go ahead and get him his contract info later. Contact, not contract, okay. Although, we do have to consider that he alone may not be enough for some of the larger guests. What if, say, Thenba were to drown?
That would never happen. I'll have you know I'm an excellent swimmer. Still, I suppose that is something to take into consideration. Well, today is not the day for such topics. We'll figure it all out some other time.
I guess so. For now, let's just relax and enjoy ourselves. The dragon cracks open a bottle for himself, lifting it up towards you.
I'll drink to that.
Having refreshed himself, Themba wanders off for one last swim. Much like Asterion, he seems to move far more gracefully in the water than on land, and seems to enjoy the pool quite a lot. Coda continues to offer drinks from the cooler, and have a few himself. Eventually, however, he leaves for the changing room, giving you and Asterion some time alone. The Minotaur looks out at the pool, now almost empty.
This was the most fun I had in a long time. Thank you for arranging it, Mr. Josh.
Please, it's all for the guests. Although, if I had known how much you enjoyed swimming, this would have been a higher priority.
In that case, I will have to make sure I come out here as often as I can, to ensure that the guests are enjoying it, of course. We cannot have your efforts going to waste now, can we? And I would very much like it if you would join me. To make sure no one is getting carried away with their laps.
You give your partner and co-owner a smile, bumping his shoulder with your own. Yeah, I could do that. Aw, that was fun.
Oh, I wanted to ask, should I change back to my old clothes?
No, yes.
As you wish.
Let's check in on the exploration team. Well, no one was sent out to explore. And time demands his due. Afternoon becomes evening, the hour growing later with every blink of heavy eyelids. In private, far from prying eyes and ears, you approach Asterion and lean in close to speak in a quiet murmur. He bends over without hesitation, as if already expecting you. What are your thoughts about all this? Coda situation, I mean.
Do you truly wish to hear my honest opinion?
Of course.
I cannot help but wonder just how human Coda must be.
What do you mean?
Gods have no shame from their affairs. That I know too well. And so, when I saw how difficult it was for Coda to admit it, I was relieved. God he may be from birth, but there is something dearly human to him, and that, to me, is the best news I could hear. All in all, I can respect his bond with Onsen. I can see hints of Castor and Polyduce. Yeah. Polyducus?
It's been a while since it's. I always remember this being pronounced Polyduce. But maybe that's just. I don't know. Maybe Akihiko's voice actor just is slurring it in a weird way, and that I just can't quite hear it. The dub of that game was a little. You know how it is.
In fact, I wonder if Coda would like to hear some Pindar. He must find it edifying. I hope we can do something to help him.
So do I, buddy. Why does Protag-kun always use the word buddy? It happens a lot. It reminds me of Nep-Nep, you know? Like in Hyperdementia Neptuna Producing Perfection, how she would always say, see you tomorrow, buddy, at the end of the day. Or was it see you later, buddy? I can't remember. I didn't play those games, shut up. Meanwhile, sitting in his usual place by the hearth, staring deep into its ever-dancing divine flame, Coda reflects. Not upon reminiscence, not upon memory, not upon the long-lost past. Instead, he thinks of the present, and of what the future may yet hold. Onsen, I wonder what you would say. What would you say were you here to see me now? Would you yell at me for being foolish? Or for how foolish I've been all these years? I remember well the fine men you called your compatriots. How you drank together, sharing my sake. How your waters would rejuvenate them in body and spirit. How you would fight by their side. And how you honored them when they would fall. You were their guardians. They were... They your loyal subordinates, yet you were proud to call each and every one of them your dear friend. At long last, after all these centuries of wandering, I understand now what you meant. These mortals, these fine men, we are not so different from them, are we? Our home is gone. Those who once revered us are gone too. In a way, we have died, as easily, as undeniably as any mortal. And now, here I am, in this haven for the lost, this place of rest for weary wanderers. No river flow within this realm. There are no sonderling to cry to the trees a cool shade. And yet, what nourishing waters gather here, what companionship share without hesitation or shame. I wonder, what would you think of these fine men I've grown to call my dear friends? They are foreign to us, yes, but their blood flows and their hearts beat like any of your fellow soldiers, any of my fellow priests, any of our beloved disciples. Would you enjoy their company? Would you drink with them, bathe with them, share their joy and their sorrows? Would you join me in honoring them, now and when they are gone? Would they become our beloved family, this place, our endearing home? As there was a seed, a pine has grown even here, on these on these barren rocks. If we really love our love, what can keep us from meeting? Yes. Again, I can believe. I know it is in my heart, as surely as I know that the water flows. These fine men, these compatriots, these dear friends, their blessing, freely given, with nothing asked in return, will bring the two of us together once more. After all, even if a myriad leagues of hills and streams divide us, hearts truly in touch do not find the way to each other long. Coda's memento stat increased by 2. Okay. Another week gone by, good lord, under your wise and kind-hearted leadership. The Minotaur's Hotel has provided shelter to another wave of wanderers, as some still lick their wounds, many have already departed, and a few choose to stay behind and join your ranks. And, like any ship's crew, one should expect them to partake in silly rowdiness from every now and then, regardless of your command. Tonight, even after all the guests have returned to their rooms and the lounge's doors have been closed, a crowd still lingers. Drinking and chatting, making a ruckus, talking a notch too loud, okay, and saying a tad too much. You had taken a minute to sit by the sidelines and watch the merriment when a certain dragon approached. He offers you a can of beer. Thank you, but I don't want to drink quite yet.
No, this isn't for you. I just wanted you to see it. What do you think? It'll be a gift for our feathered friend. It's his favorite kind of beer.
I'm sure he'll love it. But how'd you get it? The dragon takes a good look at the can's label and traces a claw over it.
Well, as it turns out, the hotel is exceptionally well equipped to create liquor. It's quite curious, really. We still have to cook our meals and bake our bread, but when it comes to alcoholic drinks, the hotel can manifest them in the blink of an eye, down to the most minute of details.
Oh, there he goes.
I did a few experiments and managed to make 12 bottles of sake, which were almost identical, except for each one being made from rice grown at different altitudes.
Okay.
It can replicate flavor, alcohol concentration. Even the exact packaging you want. I hope you don't mind, but I've been playing around in my free time with these discoveries. It took me a while, but I created this beer which I believe will be precisely to Luke's preference.
Interesting. You think Asterion drafted up some kind of contract to make all of that possible?
If he did, I couldn't find it in the bedrock. What I did find was the brewmaster's manual. More like a brochure, really, explaining how to do it. I actually discussed the matter with Asterion during lunch once, and he told me it's just how the labyrinth has always been. But enough about technicalities. What do you say we reveal it to the bird brain?
You turn to find Luke being egged on by the other employees while trying to climb a pile of stacked chairs to win a bet. He doesn't hear when you call his name. You resort to clicking your tongue, snapping your fingers, and clapping your hands. Hey! Or here, yeah. Why kitty? Okay. Sure. Success. Luke scampers over to you. What's up, boss man, master, sir? You can just call me Mr. Josh, you know. Will do, King Lord Daddy. This is what happens when a lord is too soft-handed. His subjects take kindness as permission to disobey and rebel. The griffin picks up on your hesitation. Ah, ain't Daddy gonna punish me for misbehaving? My lord, King of Kings, I've been so naughty. But if you spank me a few times, and manhandle me hard enough, I suppose I could call you by your name and all that. Do I even want to know what's gotten into you not like that? Gotten into you. Well, a little birdie's been telling me you don't like being called kingly lord and all that jazz. And you know me, I can't let the opportunity pass me by. But anyway, let's get to the chase. Why do you call me over, Daddy? Coda looks at you, the corner of his mouth barely containing a giggle. Something must be done. You must assert your authority, lest mutiny spread through the ranks further. You straighten up and clear your throat. Bend the knee, peasant, and kneel in front of your monarch. Kinky, I like it. You look at Coda, your priest and bishop, and extend your gauntlet to retrieve his sacramental elixir. Okay. Listen well, Lucas Walker. Our dear compeer, Sir Kota, has gone through a great deal of trouble to bestow a gift upon thee. You will accept. The dragon hands you the beer can. Luke bends over as if to kiss your shoes. Oh, Daddy. Lift your gaze now and witness the boon I grant. Your subject looks up. To your crotch, of course. But forethought compelled you to block his view of it with the beer can. His eyes take a second to focus on your hands. Beer! Beer, you insolent dog, brewed by our highest bishop. For you.
You hurt my feelings, Luke. I've spent a whole week trying to get it just the way you like it.
You'll make him cry.
You'll make me cry.
Wait, beer for me? He's sobbing.
Inconsolable.
You ingrate. I'll lock you in the dungeon for 50 years. Wait, Coda, you mean? He even made a whole new beer label for you. It's in the name, on the can, written in the stars.
Carved with my own tear-stained claws.
Coda, Bluey, is this for real?
And you still doubt me.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to. Jesus, I can't believe you. Be grateful, you insolent cur. Well, thank you, Bluey. I always dreamt of being on a can of beer. The griffin holds the can with both hands, polishing the label with his thumbs. Damn, it's even my favorite type of beer. Butter my butt and call me a biscuit. This is one of the best things anyone has ever done for little old me. Come here, you. Luke hugs and lifts the sizable squirming dragon, almost losing his balance and sending the both of them tumbling down.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Now put me down.
Nah, I ain't no insolent dog. I need to show Daddy I'm a good boy. Luke, stop that, or so help me. God, I'll punish you in all of the ways not even you can make sexual. Here, drink your beer and behave. Oh, I'll drink, partner. But behaving's never been an option for me. Cheers. Luke digs his claws into the top of the can and rips it off like an eagle decapitating a rabbit. Then he chugs it down to show everyone how little of a gag reflex he has. And Kota and you exchange a look, raising cans of your own.
Cheers.
You drink a good mouthful while the dragon only takes a shy sip. It tastes like piss. You freeze, save for a shudder running up and down your spine as you reflect on whether or not you should spit it back into the can. Bluey, I can't believe you did this for me. It's delicious. Wait, better than Bud Light, even. Ain't never had a better drink in my whole life. And it has my face on it, too. I gotta show Ma. Luke pulls out his his beat-up cell phone to snap a picture of the label. He does not seem aware that his brutal method of opening the can has decapitated the likeness of him on the label.
It was my pleasure, Luke. I'm glad you enjoyed it.
I'll have to pay you back, Bluey. Can't let a kindness like this go unrewarded, you know. So, I'll do something real good for you. You're gonna love it. I can see it already.
No, that won't be necessary. Really.
I insist, Daddy. Now, if you'll excuse me, I gotta show this little baby off and make it everyone's problem. You look down at your can of piss beer to gather your words, then up to Kota.
Now I know what you're thinking. You're asking yourself if I'd have the gall to bottle urine and pass it off as beer. If you must know, I am a brave man, and I would not shy away from doing it to Luke, but it was not necessary. This really is his preferred. Wait, this really is how he prefers his beer.
Good, that's reassuring.
Yes, but hypothetically, if I had spiked that can alone with urine, would it even be possible for you to know for sure?
Possible for you to know for sure. I don't like where this is going.
You wouldn't. No one would. And now you must live with this doubt, Daddy.
I hate this. All of it. But you are not given time to reflect upon the horror of your crew's mutiny. Just as promised, Luke has made his beer everyone's problem. Now listen up, all y'all. And Bluey over there made a label of beer for me, with me on it. And there's only one right and proper way to celebrate this auspicious, auspicious? Yeah. Occasion. Everyone gather around. We're doing a drinking game. Well, I guess we'll save that for next time. I'll end the part here. So I'll see you around, everyone.